Hey guys, it's Evan with Evan K Exotics, and this morning I got a giant chip in my windshield of my brand new truck, which put me in a really bad mood, except I knew that this Bolivian Short Tail Boa constrictor was having babies this morning, so I was pretty excited. There was nothing that was going to get me down. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to videotape myself pulling the mother and then pulling the babies and just show you kind of how I do it. And so for supplies and what I do and have on hand when I do this, is I want to have a container with a latching lid for the mother, and I'm going to put her in this. This has about an inch of lukewarm water in it and a little bit of natural dish soap, so you know, that vegetable-based dish soap, and that's just so you can clean her off. And then here I have a deep bucket with about an inch of water in it, and and it's also lukewarm. I temped on both of these, and one was at 87 and one is at 90.1. So you don't want it much warmer than that. You want it kind of like right at that ideal temperature so you don't shock them. But I'm going to pull the mother first, put her in there, and let the soap kind of rinse her off, and then clean her off really well as I'm cleaning her cage and everything before I put her back in. Because one point I'll make is the boa goo, all that fluid and stuff, it's basically meat. So if you don't clean the mom and you don't clean the babies pretty well, and you put them in a tub, after a day or two, you'll start to notice it smells like rotting meat. It's pretty gross. So it's just a hygiene issue. And then other than that, when the babies are first born and when they're shedding, I try to keep on top of their cleaning like every day or change the substrates and everything frequently, because otherwise you'll get an off meaty smell. So that's what I'm going to tell you. And here it is. I'm just going to give you a shot of what it looks like. She's small. She's like, the mother's about the size of a big ball python, about 4 feet. And so here's my tub. And then the next thing I'm going to make sure I have handy is the lid. I don't have to run when I get her. And the reason I recommend a tall bucket for the babies is because once you start putting them in there, they become a can of worms. And so if you have a shallow thing, they'll start popping out of it. So a bucket seems to work best. But so anyways, I'm going to try to open this. The mom's in there. She didn't look quite done this morning, but she definitely looks done now. She's completely emptied out, and so that's good. But there's actually one baby in this sliding glass track, so I'm just going to be real careful as I do this and hopefully not damage it. Usually just that movement will encourage them to move. See how I just got to go out. I'm pretty excited about these. I've never bred these, and they're pretty cool, little rare. Not rare, but we need more of them in the hobby. I should say, that's a better way to say it. So anyway, so that baby just moved off, which is pretty exciting. It's gonna let me come in here. And I don't know if you can see Mama, but Mama is in here. There you go. Mama's right there. I'm gonna try to stay out of your way while I do this and also not get bit. So here we go. There's a stillborn in here. I can see it already. There's one stillborn in here this morning that I noticed. So Mama's not seeming super tore up, but yeah, she's done. This morning she was not done. She still had a big bulge in her. So she must have passed another stillborn, but she was quite swollen. And if you see how much these moms put into the babies, it's pretty emotional and profound. But so here she goes right in here. Just a little spa treatment for Mom. You did a nice job, Mama. Nice job. Right here. And then let's start collecting babies. Let's see. Oh, are you still? You gotta zoom out a little bit. Just going through one by one and getting them. And you kind of have to be careful with furniture and stuff not to crush babies. That's one of the reasons why I pulled all of her totes and things and just put newspaper in here. But careful with this. And part of what I will do through the process of cleaning is completely do everything. I'm just going to prop a little while. This water's a little too deep for those babies. Those are pretty small babies. Much smaller than true red tail boas. Never bred this subspecies before, so I'm pretty excited. Here we go. One. Looking pretty good. Not a bad little group. Nice red sides. Very cool. Put it in the water. Got a slug and a stillborn. That's unfortunate. So I think I have 2 stillborns for this group. And if you see what these stillborns look like, it's hard to take, but it's part of nature, right? So here's a stillborn. Another one would look really nice too. Here's a slug. So this is one that was fertilized and well developed and just didn't make it for one reason or another. This one was never fertile. Come here. You have one boa, two boas. Oh, here we have a deformed one. I think this mother was very, very crowded. So, let's see how this one's got a kink in it. So not a perfect litter. That's a pretty severe kink, guys. With kinks, here's a perfect, this is what we want. Perfect, another perfect one. With kinks and boa constrictors, if it's after the vent, meaning it's not involving their digestive tract or any of their organs, I think it can often mean a decent chance of survival. But the truth is, when you have a major kink like that up on the top third, it's going to be an issue of survivability, unfortunately. But let's see what else we have. All is not lost. Here's another nice little one, I think. And these are nice and red too, look at them. Very nice looking. So there's three. I should say that's four. Five. These all look well formed, except for that one that's deformed. But they do have some little belly, swollen belly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them into a moss and then put them in an incubator and let them just chill out. 2, 3, 1. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, nice looking one. 8. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy with this. What's not to like, right? 8. Oh, maybe one more? We'll see. Be kind of careful so you don't just accidentally hurt one. This is the aftermath of the birth site, little feces. So we got 9, it looks like. 8 of them look really nice, 1 of them looks badly deformed. So it looks like the statistics on this litter was that her post-ovulation shed was June 26th, 2025. Today is October 17th, 2025. I think that puts us in the like 1 15-day range, I think. I ended up with 9 living ones, 8 well-formed ones, 1 badly deformed one, 2 stillborns, and a slug. So this is basically a litter of 11. And first time mom, relatively young mom. But let me show you this picture. So let me adjust down and go here. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm happy. And if you can see, they still have all the boa goo in them. So not perfect, but a nice little litter. Mama did great. None of this is Mama's fault. The stillborns are the deformed one. None of it's Mama's fault. But yeah, pretty happy. End up with 8 nice little ones. Let them swim around, clean up, and then I'll put them down in the incubator. So there you go. That's that.